Good morning, everyone. This is Robert from RJL 518, welcoming you here to another edition of Inside Pitch. For the next few days, we're going to continue our Inside Pitch seasons, which means I play one game from each season of Inside Pitch as I move forward into time until we reach the year 1985. So we have a few games to play before we start our 1985 one and gone. Today's date is July 14th, 1980. We are at the Astrodome. It's going to be the Atlanta Braves taking on the Houston Astros. This is J.R. Richards' last game before he suffered his stroke and pretty much took him out of baseball for the rest of his career. J.R. Richard, we all know, he's 70 years old right now. Of course, he's still alive. He's not gone, but J.R. Richard was definitely on his way to becoming a Hall of Famer. There's no doubt in my mind. I'm pretty sure he would have been an HOF. Because of what he did do so far, I'm going to put him in the Hall of the Very Good. I have no problem with that. Richard was a dominant pitcher back in the mid 70s, and really brought the Astros to prominence, I thought. And, of course, the Astros are still playing in the 70s version of the Astrodome, which was pretty much practically impossible to hit a home run out of. As you can take a look at the Astrodome card here at 1980. Got a -2 on the Astrodome adjustment. They only hit 48 homers in 1980 in that place. So this was a pretty good matchup. It was Phil Niekro versus J.R. Richard. That's the pitching matchup. So Let's play some baseball. This is Inside Pitch Seasons. We continue this as we're now in the year 1980. Starting pitcher for the 1980 Houston Astros will be J.R. Richard. He was 10-4 with a 1.9 ERA. He was already off to a good start that season and really looked like he was on his way maybe to a Cy Young year. Very possible. Top of the first inning. Leading off for the Braves will be second baseman Glenn Hubbard using actual lineups. Strat rolls will be hard and fast. It's a regular season game, so I will use a strat. Whatever it comes, we will run it. Except no hit and runs with 2 outs and no sacrifice. No hit and runs with 2 outs, no sacrifices with 2 outs. Steals, stolen bases. Unless with stolen base, also no stolen bases with 2 outs either. J.R. Richards' first pitch is a 5-6 against a righty. That is a strikeout +10, and that, of course, that will get Glenn Hubbard as he strikes out. So a nice way for Richard to start the game. Here's center fielder Dale Murphy. Dale Murphy had 33 home runs for the Braves in 1980. Richards pitched 6-2 against a righty. That is an automatic out, and that will be a fly ball to right. Next up for the Bravos, first baseman Chris Chambliss. Richards pitched 1-2. That is at the ballpark. Astrodome 1-4, Starline 3, and that will be a ground out to second. And J.R. Richard has a very easy 1-2-3 inning here at the Astrodome. Starting pitcher for the 1980 Atlanta Braves is Phil Niekro. He was 15-18 for that year, a 3.63 ERA. Of course, Phil Niekro is now beginning to get up there in years, but he was still pretty capable. And that's not too bad. 3.63 ERA, there's nothing wrong with that in the year 1980. Bottom of the first inning. Leading off for the Astros in this game was second baseman Rafael Landistoi. That's a 2-6. That is a walk opportunity. The 17 will be too high. Landistoi will swing 5-3 against a righty. That is a fly out to left. Here is the right fielder, Jeffrey Leonard. 1-2 for Niekro, error on a throw. Leonard 2-1, that's a ground ball to first. That ball is hit to Chambliss. His error rating is a 7. That's a 20. He will make the play. He will toss it to Niekro for out number 2, who will cover the bag. And that will bring up left fielder Jose Cruz. 2-6 on Niekro's card, a walk chance. That will walk Cruz. Astrodome does take away 2 from homers, but adds 1 to walk. So Cruz will go to first on a walk. And unless, as I said, there will be, as I said, we are going to use hard and fast strat rolls. But as I said, no hit and runs with 2 outs, no bunts with 2 outs. Stolen bases, the only way I'll steal with 2 outs is if the stolen base attempt rate, if the rating for the rating for the runner, okay, is 15 or higher after adjustments. It's the only way I'll steal with 2 outs. Center fielder is Cesar Cedeno. We will, of course, roll the strat. That is a 5, and the 5 minus 1 is a 4. But that would be in the hit and run category. But as I said, no hit and runs with 2 outs. Other than that, the strat rolls will be hard and fast. 2-1 for Niekro. Strikeout chance 19 is too high. Cedeno will swing 4-6. That's a single past Niekro. That is a base hit. Cruz's base running rating is a 3. It's a single. That is a single 1. Needs to be a 4 with 2 outs. It is a 4, so Cruz will be on his way to third base. He will make it. Runners at the corners for the Astros here is first baseman Art Howe with 2 outs. Infield is normal. Roll a strat. Since the stolen base rating is a 15, that is an 8. And a minus 1 is a 7. That is a chance. Now we got to do it. It's got to be adjusted 15 or higher. So 15 minus 2 is 13. Benedict minus 1 is a 12. With 2 outs, Cedeno will not steal. So now we roll. Niekro 4-3. That is a walk. The 18 will be too high. Howe will take a swing 4-1 against a righty. That is a ground out to short, and the inning is over. Nothing for the Stros. They do get a hit. No score at the end of 1. Atlanta originally won this game 2-0. Pretty much. The Braves had 2 runs, 5 hits, no errors, and the Astros, no runs, 2 hits, and 2 errors. They had a couple of big errors in this game. We go to the top of the second. And who leads off? That would be right fielder Gary Matthews for the Braves. Richards pitch 5-5 against a righty. That is an automatic out, and that will be a ground out to third. Third baseman Bob Horner will step up to bat. 6-3 on Richard against a righty. That is a double star, and that will be a ground out to short. So already J.R. Richards showing his ability. Left fielder Jeff Burrows comes up for the Bravos. Richards pitch 5-4. That is a range play. Burrows 5-3. That's a fly ball to center. The ball is hit to Cedeno. His range is a 2, and he will make the catch. Nice play by Cedeno. Fly out to center, and a 1-2-3 inning for Atlanta. Bottom half of inning number 2. For Houston, third baseman Enos Cabell will lead off here. That's a 6-1. That's a strikeout chance. That 12 is going to be too high. 3-1, and Cabell pops out to second base. Here's the catcher for the Astros, Luis Pujols. I do not believe he was related to Albert Pujols. I'm not sure. If anybody can find that out for me. I don't think he was. I'm not sure. 1-2 on Niekro's card. That is an error on a throw. Pujols 3-4. That's a fly ball to center field. There will not be an error. So out number 2. Shortstop Craig Reynolds for the Astros. 1-3, that is a double question mark. And against the lefty, a 1-12, that is a 7. And Reynolds is going to go ahead and he is going to ground out to third. So a nice 1-2-3 inning by Niekro. Still no score at the end of 2. Typical 1980s early 1980s baseball. Top of the 3rd inning, here is the catcher for Atlanta, Bruce Benedict. 6-4 on Richard's card. And against the righty, that is an automatic out, and it will be a fly out to right. Next batter, shortstop Luis Gomez. 1-1, that is a walk chance. That 11 against the righty is going to be too high. Gomez will swing 2-3. He grounds out right back to Richard. Ground out to the pitcher for the 2nd out. Here's Phil Niekro, the pitcher. He batted 133. Richard, 2-4. That's a blank. He's not tired. Niekro takes a swing, 4-4, and he grounds out to 3rd. And J.R. Richard pitches another 1-2-3 inning. We go to the bottom of inning number 3, and there still is no score. J.R. Richard will lead off for Houston. He batted 154 that year in 1980. 2-5, and against the righty, that is a blank. Richard gets the swing. 5-1, but he grounds out to 2nd. Here's top of the order again, Landis-Doy. Niekro, 4-3. That is a walk chance against the 12. That will be too high. Landis-Doy swings 5-5. He pops out to 1st. And now Jeffrey Leonard. 3-2 for Niekro. That's a strikeout chance. That 15 is going to get him. Leonard is a 15. There's no adjustment from the dome, and he strikes him out. That's the first strikeout for Niekro. He had 176 of them in 80. And that is a 1-2-3 inning. So, starting off with the pitcher's duel at the end of 3, no score. Top of the 4th, Richard will be dealing to Glenn Hubbard. Like to remind you, we have the Detroit Tigers and the Texas Rangers and Detroit Tigers tonight. Payoff Pitch Baseball, 1985. And I have to have a game for 1981. So no one's given me an idea for 1981 seasons, for inside pitch seasons. So if somebody can give me a game for 1981 to play for inside pitch for tomorrow, that would be fine. Richard, 4-4 against the righty. That is a blank. Hubbard will swing 3-4, and he grounds out to 3rd. Here's Dale Murphy. 2 MVPs, yet he's not in the Hall of Fame. People think he belongs in there. I'm not going to argue it, but I know at least he's in the Hall of the Very Good. Richard pitches 1-6. That is at the Dome. Astrodome, 2-1. That's going to be a single to right field. Murphy gets the first base hit for the Braves. He will trot down to 1st. And now the batter is Chris Chambliss. Infield halfway. Remember, strat rolls will be hard and fast for anything less than 2 outs. A 19, Chambliss, a bunt rating of 2, and he's going to do the bunt. So we'll have a bunt. The bunt is on. Richard will pitch 1-6. That's at the ballpark. That is negated. That is negated. That is ignored. So now Chambliss gets the bunt. His bunt rating is a 2. The infield is halfway. And that is a 15 for a bunt rating of 2. And that's going to be the lead runner is going to be bunt rating of 2 is actually. And with the infield in, I believe actually the ball is hit. Let's see where the ball is hit. The ball is hit to 3. So that ball is hit to first base. He would be in. Corners would be in on that play. So his bunt rating goes from a 2 down to a 1. And that is a 15, and that's going to be a possible double. That's bunted too hard, and that's going to be a possible double play. So Chambliss's double play rating is a 2, +1 from Richard, 3, and +1 from infield. From infield. Well, let's do this right. It's going to be a 3. So a 1 to 3, they turn the double play. They do not. And actually, because it's a 6, Murphy still makes it to second. But the throw is to first, and that's out number 2. Now the batter is Gary Matthews with 2 outs. Murphy on at second. Still will roll Strat. And that is a 6. Now I'm just rolling for pickoff because Murphy's stolen bases at 12. So as I said, that's how we're doing the Strat rolls for regular season game. 6-4. And against a righty, that's going to be an automatic out. And that will be a ground out to short. And the inning is over. No runs and a hit for Atlanta. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Still no score. I mean, why would you bunt with Chambliss? But as I said, we're going to use the dice as hard and fast, except with 2 outs. Yeah, bottom of the 4th inning, Niekro will pitch to Jose Cruz. Niekro's pitch is a 3-5. That is a strikeout chance. The 7 will get Cruz. 1 out. Niekro strikes out Cruz. Here's Cesar Cedeno. Niekro 2-4. Error on a grounder. Cedeno 2-1. That is a ball hit to left field. That is a 13, and that is going to be a triple for Cesar Cedeno. The ball is hit. The ball is hit to left field. That is Burrows out there. His error rating is a 5. That's a 13. There will not be an error. But Cedeno will find himself on third with a triple. That's his second hit of the game. And now a chance for Art HOU. And with 1 out, we will roll a Strat. And that is a 4. Cesar Cedeno's 8 minus 1 is a 7. You divide that by, in order for a steal a home, 7 divided by 5 is actually less than 2. You round that to a 2. And there is no hit and run with a runner on third, so there will not be a strategy play. So HOU will order normally, because you only hit and run with runners at first and runners at first and third. The infield will be in, though. Niekro's pitch, 6-2. That is a walk plus 10, and that's going to be an easy walk for Art HOU. So the Astros are in business now with Enos Cabell coming up. Infield now will be halfway as they'll try to do turn 2. Anything on a Strat. That is an 18. Cabell's bunt rating will not do anything, so it'll be a normal play. Niekro will pitch 1-3. That is a double question mark. Cabell is a righty, and a 1 to 13. That's an 18. It's going to be a blank, so no single, but Cabell does get to hit. That's a 6-2, and it's a pop out to third base. Oh, what a waste. 2 outs. Infield now goes back to normal, and now Luis Pujols will now take a crack at it. Rolling Strat, but only for a pickoff attempt. 19, nothing happening. Niekro, 1-2. That's a possible error on a throw. Pujols, 1-2. That is going to be a fly ball to right field. Matthews will make that play. Of course, there's no error, and the inning is over. A leadoff triple, and the Astros can't do anything with it. Still no score at the end of 4. Kind of like expected at the pitcher's duel between these two. Leading off for the Braves will be Bob Horner. 3-5 for Richard. That's a possible error throw. Horner, 4-4. That's a ground ball to short, so the ball is hit to Cabell. His error rating is a 13. That's a 14. Wow, close. But he will throw to first and get the out. No error. Nice play by Cabell. Here is Jeff Burrows. 3-5 for Richard. Another, once again, error on a throw. Burrows will swing 6-1. Fly ball center field. There will not be an error there. So that is out number 2. And here is Bruce Benedict. Richard, 4-4 against a righty. That's a blank. Benedict does take a swing. 1-2. He singles into right field. A base hit for Benedict. Luis Gomez will try to get him out with a rate. Richard does have a pickoff opportunity. He will not do it. Benedict with a stolen base rating of 10. I would not steal with 2 outs. So here is Richard will pitch. 3-1 strikeout plus 10. And against a righty, that becomes a 17. That's an 18. Gomez does not strike out. But he does get to swing 4-2, and he just pops out to second. No runs and a hit for Atlanta. Still no score in a very quick-moving ball game here at the Dome. As both pitchers exerting their dominance over the opposing lineups. Craig Reynolds leads off for the Astros. 5-5 for Niekro. That is a strikeout chance. The 3 will get Reynolds. Strikeout number 3 for Phil Niekro. Out number 1. Here is J.R. Richard. He will bat. 5-4 for Niekro. That's a range play. Richard will hit it. That's a 6-4. That's a ground ball back to Niekro. His range is a 3. Does Niekro make the play? Yes, he does. Niekro gets off the mound, gets on the grass, throws to first. Out number 2. Not bad for an old guy. J.R. Richard tips his cap to Niekro on a good play. 2 men out. Rafael Landistoi is next. 6-5 for Niekro against a switch hitter. That will be a blank. He'll be batting from the left side. Landistoi swings 6-3 against a righty. That is a ground out to second. And another 1-2-3 inning by Niekro. Good pitchers duel as usual. At the end of 5, it's still no score. Top of the 6th. Phil Niekro will come out to bat. J.R. Richard. That's a 2-3, and that's going to be a range play at the ballpark. Astrodome 2-6 says a ground ball to third. The ball is hit to Cabell. His range is a 2. Can he make the play? Yes, he can with a 1. He's got it. Throws to first. Out number 1. Great play by Enos Cabell. Niekro almost sneaked one by him. But Cabell does make the play. That's out number 1. Astros getting some good defense today. Here's Glenn Hubbard. Richards pitch, 3-3 against a righty. Strikeout plus 10. That becomes a 19. That 15 will be good enough. Hubbard goes down on strikes. Only the second strikeout for Richard. He had 119 of them. But remember, though, Richard only pitched half a season. So pretty much he probably would have had around maybe 240 strikeouts, possibly somewhere around there. 2 outs. Here's Murphy. Murphy 1 for 2. 3-5. That's an error on a throw. Dale Murphy 4-4. That's going to be a single to second base. The ball is hit The ball is hit to Landistor. His error rating is a 2. That is a 7. He will not make an error on a throwing error, so Murphy will be safe at first base. And that's his second hit of the game. Here's Chambliss with 2 outs. Only rolling for pickoff. Murphy doesn't have a stolen base chance. A 7. Nope. So Richard will pitch to Chambliss. That is a 6-2. And against the lefty, that is a blank. Chambliss swings 1-1. Starline 4. He grounds out to third. And that will do it there. So no runs. Again, a hit. As both these teams are really jockeying for position, but still no score. Richard and Niekro. And it's turning out to be like the game that was actually played. Atlanta won this game originally 2-0. The Braves had 5 hits in that game. So far, they have 3. The Astros had 2 hits in that game, and so far they got the 2. There were a couple. They did have 2 errors, but they have no errors so far. So this game very much is in doubt. Here is Jeffrey Leonard. Niekro's pitch, 6-1, strikeout chance. That too will get Leonard. And that is 1, 2, 3. That is strikeout number 4 for Niekro. Here's Jose Cruz. Niekro, 3-2, strikeout chance again. That 7 will get him. That's strikeout number 5. That 7 will get him against a right-handed pitcher. Cruz goes down. Cesar Cedeno now comes up in this pitcher's duel. Cedeno was 2 for 2. He's the only one that Niekro's not gotten out. A single and a triple. Niekro, 6-2. That's going to be a walk plus 10, and Cedeno will travel to first base. Third time today, Cedeno on base. Now it's a walk. And here is Art HOU. Cedeno does have a 15 stolen base rating, but with the adjustments, he would not steal. But I will roll for a pickoff. It's not there. So 2 outs. Niekro's pitch, 3-3. That is a range play at the Astrodome. Astrodome, 2-2. Starline, 4. That's a ground ball to first. Chambliss's range is a 5. It's a 6. He doesn't make it. Is that going to be a single or a double? That's going to be a single, so it becomes an S3. Cedeno's base running rating is a 4. He will easily make third base. HOU will go to first, and the Astros have a chance now. Chambliss with a range of 5, a 6 is rolled. He can't get the play. And Enos Cabell, range of a 2, he gets a 1. So far, that must have been hit too fast for even Chambliss to react. So runners at first and third. Here is Enos Cabell. Wills roll a strat for a pickoff. That's a 17, nothing happening. Infield is normal with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Niekro, 2-5 against a righty. That is a blank. Cabell gets the swing. 6-4, and that's going to be a double to right field. The Astros will finally break through. Double to right. Cedeno, we know, will score. Art HOU's base running rating is a 4. -1 for the double to right is a 3, but with 2 outs goes back to a 4. Matthews has an arm rating of +1, so a 1-5. HOU will score from first. It is a 3. He will. Cabell is on at second, and the Astros now lead it 2-0 on a big RBI double by Cabell. Stadium cheers. Yay! 2 RBI double by Enos Cabell. Here is Luis Pujols, still with 2 outs. 2 quick strikeouts by Niekro, then a walk, a single, and a double. Still roll for pickoff. And that is an 11, nothing happening. So Niekro will pitch to Pujols. 6-6, another range play. Pujols will hit 5-5. That's a ground ball to short. Luis Gomez's range is a 3. Does he make the play? No, he does not. It gets by him. That will be a single. Cabell with a base running rating of 4 on an S6. Needs to be at least a 3. He will score from second. Pujols goes to first. It's 3-0 Astros. Ball gets by Luis Gomez. He couldn't make the play. And now Craig Reynolds with still 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Let's see, rolling for pickoff. Nothing. Niekro will pitch. 2-2, strikeout chance, 16 too high. Reynolds swings, 5-1. That's a ball hit to center field. That is an 18, and that is going to be a fly out to center, as that is over the 12 against the right-handed pitcher. Reynolds flies out, and the inning is over. 3 runs for the Astros on 3 hits and a walk. At the end of 6, Astros lead the Braves 3-0. Good inning for the Astros, who at that time were wearing the best uniforms in baseball history. Forever Main 90 joins me here. There's nobody in chat. Forever Main 90, you're the first one to say hello here. I've been doing this by myself today, but that's okay. Top of the 7th inning, Astros with a 3-0 lead. J.R. Richard will pitch against Gary Matthews. Since you were here there, Forever Main, can you choose a game for me for Inside Pitch 1981, if you can? That's the next Inside Pitch seasons game. So 1981 would be good. Your game went to extra. It's a little late to the party. Not a problem. So if you could, choose a nice game for me for 1981. No one's given me anything information yet. Richard will pitch to Matthews. 3-2, strikeout chance, 17. Yep, they'll get him. Matthews is out, 1 down. Matthews becomes a 20 against a righty, and that will be a strikeout. Here is Bob Horner. I believe I already have, I think someone, Brandon Baker, I think chose a game for 1982, but I don't have one for 81. Richards pitch 3-3 against a righty, strikeout plus 10. That will be a 17. That's a 14. That is a strikeout. J.R. Richard now begins to deal. What is that? That is strikeout number 4 for J.R. Richard. And now Jeff Burrows. 6-1, Richard. That is a walk. That 9 will walk Burrows. 2 strikeouts and then a walk. Same thing that Phil Niekro just did in the bottom of the 6th. Here is Bruce Benedict. A roll strat for pickoff only. Burrows has a stolen base of 10, so he would not steal with 2 outs. Nothing happening. Maybe 926 Nolan Ryan's 4th no-hitter versus Los Angeles Dodgers. That'll do. Sold. So what is that, 926.81? So what is that? That's what, the Astros, that's versus Dodgers. So he was on the Astros that year, right? So that's Houston at Los Angeles Dodgers. Nolan Ryan's 4th no-hitter. Sold. That'll be our next game for tomorrow, 9/26, 1981. Nolan Ryan's 4th no-hitter will be the Astros and the Dodgers. We'll stick with Houston for another day. Why not? 2 outs. Richard will pitch. That is a 3-5. Possible error on a throw. Benedict, 3-1. Fly ball to right field. There won't be an error, and that will end the inning. Nothing for Atlanta. They do get a walk. Still 3-0 Astros. Thank you very much, Forever Main. I will accept it. That's a good game. Bottom of the 7th inning, Phil Niekro due to bat second. He still has a little bit left in the tank. They're going to see if Niekro can pitch one more inning and then go for a pinch hitter. J.R. Richard will bat. He's up 3-0. They'll keep him out there. He's pitching a gem. Niekro's pitch 2-6. That's a walk. 7 is going to be too high. Richard will swing 4-2. He strikes out. Straight K. He goes down. 1 down. Here's Rafael Landistoi. Or maybe Valenzuela's versus rookie St. Louis. Well, I just needed one game. Now you give me a choice. Don't do that, brother. I'll take Nolan Ryan's no-hitter. That'd be fine. I'll take Nolan Ryan's no-hitter. It's a good choice. We probably won't have the no-hitter, but it's still going to be fun to play. Here's Landistoi. Niekro's pitch 3-6. That's a walk chance. The 9 will do it. Landistoi trots down to first. Next batter is Jeffrey Leonard. We are still rolling Strat. Now remember now, if I didn't say anything, in these games, Strat rolls are hard and fast, except, so if a bunt comes up or a hit and run comes up or a steal comes up, I do it. Unless 2 out, there's no hit and runs on 2 outs, no hit and runs with nobody on first, or with a runner, only hit and runs with runner at first, runners at first and third. No sacrifices with 2 outs, and I will only steal with 2 outs if the runner's stolen base rating is a 15 or higher, all right, with adjustments from the pitcher and the catcher. When you think of 1981, you think of Valenzuela first. All right, so we'll do Fernando Valenzuela. We'll do it that way instead. Okay, so that is what? The 6th of September? 0906. What is it? Dodgers? Is it St. Louis at the Dodgers? Fernando Valenzuela's 7th shutout. Okay. We'll do that one instead. So that'll be tomorrow's game, St. Louis and the Dodgers. We'll work with that. So Landistoi's on at first to see what the strat roll is. That is an 11. That's nothing happening. 7 minus 1 is a 6, so nothing happening there. So strat rolls will be hard and fast in a regular season game. 2-6 for Niekro. That is a walk with a 17. That's too high. Leonard does get the swing. By the way, infield is halfway. 1-1 for Leonard. He pops out to third. Second out, Niekro is now tired. And they'll see if he can pitch to Jose Cruz. I will always roll for a pickoff attempt if the pitcher does have pickoff rating. Niekro's pitch, 1-2. That's a possible error on a throw. Jose Cruz, 3-3. That's a star line 1. That's a ground ball to second base. Hubbard's error rating is a 6. That's a 12. There won't be an error. And he is going to throw to first to get Cruz, and the inning will be over. So, nothing for the Astros there. They still lead 3-0 in this game. You're going to do a project with 1981 like the 94 on Payoff Pitch. Maybe in the future. We'll see. I don't know. I mean, 1981, that season was completed. 94 wasn't. That was the difference between the two. And I think after I do the 85 Payoff Pitch, the next season might be Inside Pitch, and I might use Payoff Pitch to do some one and gones. I might switch them around because I really am having a lot of fun with Inside Pitch right now. Inside Pitch is just flowing for me. Now that I got the rules pretty much down, Inside Pitch is flowing for me right now, even almost better than Payoff Pitch did. Top of the 8th inning, J.R. Richard will pitch to Gomez. Gomez is 0 for 2. Richard's pitch, 1-6. That's at the ballpark. Gomez, Astrodome, 5-4. That is a blank, and we got a rare play. Rare play, 6-3. 3-2 pitch called a ball for a walk. Pitcher argues call and gets thrown out of the game. Oh, come on. What a terrible rare play. I'm trying to get Richard to go through. Oh, come on. 6-3, 3-2 pitch called a ball for a walk. Richard argues the call and gets thrown out of the game. Really? Come on. Oh, that stinks. Gomez goes to first. It's a walk. And J.R. Richard, who's pitching an absolute gem, is out. Nope, got to do it. That's what it was. That's what it was. Play the game. So the Astros will bring in a new pitcher. And I think they'll bring in a righty. So let's see who they're going to bring in here. Let's see who the Astros are going to bring in. Let's see. Not time for him yet. Let's see. They're going to bring in Vern Rule. Rule did have some relief appearances that year. So Vern Rule, 12-4, 2.37 ERA. He will come on and pitch for the Astros. Yeah, Dwight Gooden all over again, right? We do have a pinch hitter coming in for Niekro, as Niekro is going to be done. So the Braves will bring in a lefty. And in this case, I go by the most at bats, since this is a regular season matchup. And it will be Brian Azelstein. He will come in and pinch hit. He batted .284 for Atlanta in 1980. So Vern Rule will go up against Azelstein. We got a runner at first. See what the strat roll says. That is a 1. 1 minus 1 is a 0. So, but that is still a 1. So we're going to see a hit and run by Azelstein. So the hit and run is on. Infield halfway. Actually, no, I'm sorry. There's no strat roll. 3 minus 1. There's no strat roll. Never mind. No strat roll. No strat roll except for the pickoff. So that's right, because now 3 is 11. So there's no strat roll. Never mind. Vern Rule, 4-1. That is going to be a star line. And that is a 6 at the fly ball to right. Out number 1. That's right. No strat roll. It's already above the 10. Pitching a Milt Pappas Bruce Fleming call. When Pappas lost his perfect game, Pappas was mad every day until he died. Yeah, I know that story. Top of the order now for Atlanta. Here is Glenn Hubbard. Gomez on at first. The only roll I'm rolling now is for pickup. There's pickoffs, and there's nothing there. Rule will pitch 5-2. Possible error on a throw. Hubbard 2-4. That's a single into center field. So let's see what we got here. Single to center. Gomez 3. And the ball was hit to center. So that ball is Cedeno. His arm rating is a 6. That's a 15. There will not be an error. So now let's see what we got. Gomez base running rating is a 3. -1 on a single to center is a 2. Cedeno's a +2 with an arm. So a 1-4, Gomez gets to third. That is a 4, and he does get there. And Hubbard holds it first. Hubbard gets his first base hit. And now the Braves have got something going on here with 1 out in the top of the 8th inning. And here is Dale Murphy. Infield still halfway. Runners at first and third. Vern Rule coming in for the ejected J.R. Richard, which I think is BS, but that's what happens. So Gomez on at third, Hubbard at first. I'll roll for strat. I'll roll for pickoff. 2, nothing happening. Rule will pitch. That is a 4-2 strikeout chance. 15 will be too high. Murphy takes a swing. 4-1. Ground ball to second base. Murphy's double play. They will send Gomez. Murphy's double play rating is a 2. Nothing from Rule. +1 is a 3. Shortstop pivot. 0. So a 1-3, they'll turn the double play. It is a 3 and they do. Shortstop, second to first. The Astros get out of the jam. 6-4-3. No runs and a hit. And it's still 3-0 Astros. They get out of it. Bottom of the 8th inning coming up. Cesar Cedeno leads off for Houston. Atlanta will bring in a right-hander, I'm pretty sure. And they will go with, they'll go with Gene Garber. He had 68 appearances. Gene Garber comes in, 5-5, 7 saves, 3.83 ERA. Garber will pitch to Cesar Cedeno in the bottom of the 8th inning, 3-0. Garber will pitch 3-1. That is a blank. Cedeno, 5-6, fly out the left. That's the first time Cedeno's been off base. He's 2 for 3 now after that. And I know when Steeler fan watches the replay of this game, I'm pretty sure he'll be happy, but not with J.R. Richard getting tossed. Here's Art Howe. Garber, 4-2. That's a blank. Howe will swing, 6-5, fly out to center. And here is Enos Cabell. Cabell had a big RBI double, 2 RBI double in the last time he batted in the 6th. 2 outs. Garber, 4-5. That's at the ballpark. Astrodome, 5-4. Another rare play. 1-6. Center fielder dives after a sinking liner. Resolve as a single 8 range play. So the ball is hit to Murphy. His range is a 2. And he will not make the catch. So that is a single. Cabell will make it to first. He will make it to first base. So that is a base hit. And now we check to see if Murphy is hurt. Check for injuries. Injury rating is a 1. That is a 6. And re-roll on 2. That's a 2. And Murphy is going to be out for the game. So Cabell gets a base hit. He'll be on first base, but Murphy is out of the game. So the Astros lost Richard. Now the Braves lose Murphy. They lose the center fielder. And who will come in here? That will be, I don't have another center fielder. Really? Let's see. Anybody? Wow, no, really? I don't have another center fielder? He was the only center fielder that I got listed. Brian Azelstein I used, right. Okay, so since we don't have another center fielder in this case, coming into play is going to be Jerry Royster. He's going to be at center field. He does not have a range. He's never played the position, so his range is going to be a 1, and his error is going to be a 20, and he'll have no arm. So Jerry Royster comes in at center field. So now it's going to be a 1 and a 20, and no arm. That's what happens. That's what I do if I have a position that I can't fill. Lowest range, highest error. So Cabell on at first base. Batter now is Luis Pujols. That's with 2 outs. Cabell would not steal, but will still roll for pickoff, and it's not there. Garber with the pitch. 6-3. That is a walk. A 13 will not do it. Pujols swings 3-5. Grounds out to short. That ends the inning. So all that excitement and all the Astros come up with is a hit. At the end of 8, still 3-0 Astros. Can we see some 9th inning magic, top of the 9th for the Braves? Vern Rule. Let's see. He will come out, I believe. Let's see what we got here. Chris Chambliss leads off for Atlanta. Rule's going to come out as the Astros are going to go to the pen. And coming in to pitch for the Astros will be Joaquin Andujar. He'll try to finish the game off. Joaquin Andujar, 3-8, 2 saves, 3.91 ERA. He'll be pitching to Chris Chambliss here in the top of the ninth. In a rapidly moving game here at the Astrodome. Andujar's pitch, 3-6. That's at the Astrodome. That's a Astrodome, 4-4. Single left field. Chambliss gets on first. Leadoff base runner on for the Braves. Here is Gary Matthews. No strat roll except for pickoff. A 19-0 infield halfway. Andujar will pitch 2-1. Strikeout chance 14-2 high. Matthews swings 6-6. Line drive right to third. And with a runner on first base on a 3, Chambliss, if it's a 3, Chambliss is out. It's a 5. Chambliss gets back. 1 out. Actually, only a 1 would have done it. Runner on first base. A 1 would have done it. Here's Bob Horner with 1 out. Rolling for pickoff. And Joaquin Andujar tries to get Chambliss. Nope, gets back. Andujar will now pitch to Horner. 19-5 Game 7 World. Oh, yeah, right. 1-4 for Andujar. That's an error on a throw. Horner will swing 6-2 against a righty. That is a single past the shortstop. And the ball is hit to short. Cabell's error rating is a 13. That's a 13. That's going to be a throwing error. So first, it is a base hit. It's going to be an infield single with an extra base advancement as the ball was hit to Cabell. Cabell tried to get out a runner, and it's thrown away. So Chambliss will go to third, and Horner goes to second. A huge error on Cabell. So that is a single and an E5. First error on the Astros. So the Astros had 2 errors in this game originally. So that's now their first error. Runners at second and third. The batter is Jeff Burrows. So Joaquin Andujar coming in here, and suddenly defense is falling apart. And still 1 out. Oh, let's see what they do here. Runners at second and third. Infield is going to be normal. They will pitch to Burrows. Burrows will hit. Andujar trying to get this game over with. Single and an E5. That's the second hit in this inning. I will roll for pickoff. That's a 7. Andujar pitches 3-6. That's again at the ballpark. Astrodome 5-2. That's a ball hit to left field. That is a 10, and that's going to be a double. Jeff Burrows gets a 2 RBI double. Chambliss will score. Horner will score. The tying run at second base. 3-2. Can you believe this? Stadium groans. Ugh. The batter now is Bruce Benedict with a runner on second base and with 1 out. Now 3-2 as the Braves are making a big comeback. Andujar might be going to the bench, the pen. Let me see. Can the Astros have anybody else that can pitch? Yes, Andujar coming out, and they're going to bring in Dave Smith, try to get 2 outs. Maybe it's who I should have brought in the first place. Dave Smith will pitch to Benedict. Benedict will bat with a 253 average, although I will check to see if the bench for Atlanta has anybody else they can use. And not really. Remember, these are the actual lineups. It's not like I play the one. It's not like the one and gone where everybody in the inside pitch roster is available. You only have the rosters available for these games. So Bruce Benedict will bat against Dave Smith with 1 out. Yep, another RJL 9th inning classic. Benedict is 1 for 3. Burrow's on at second. Will roll for a pickoff. Actually, it is a strat. Actually, it is a strat roll now because it's a 10. And a 1 is rolled. Oh, boy. Burrows is a -1. That is a 0, but there's no hit and run with a runner on second. So 1 out, runner on second. Smith will pick to Benedict. 3-3 against the righty. Single 1. You got to be kidding me. Single 1. That is a base hit. Jeff Burrows' base running rating is a 1, and on a single 1, Burrows does score. We are tied. Unbelievable. Braves score 3 runs in the top of the 9th. Stadium groans again. Ugh. Benedict on it first. The go-ahead run now on first base on a single. What a crazy inning. 1 single, a line out, then a single and an error, and now another and a double and a single. The batter now is Luis Gomez. Now, he is at short, so the Astros bullpen blows up. Gomez's average is a 191. He's at shortstop, and the Braves are going to make a pinch hitter. Gomez is going to come out, and coming into bat will be Biff Pocoroba. He'll go up against Smith. Taking over shortstop for Atlanta will be Larvell Blanks. So he will come in at short. 311 -1. A little bit not as good as arm. Larvell Blanks will take over at shortstop for the game, but Biff Pocoroba will now pinch hit with Dave Smith on the mound and Benedict on at third. You got to be kidding me. Infield halfway. Strat roll of 3. 1 -1 is 0. 3. No hit and run. No hit and run. Close, but no hit and run. Dave Smith blew it in 1986 versus your Mets too. Dykstra home. Yes, I know. But I should have had him. Maybe I should have had him start the clean inning. Pitch from Smith. 2-2 strikeout chance. 6 gets Pocoroba. And that's out number 2. And now we'll see a pinch hitter for Gene Garber. And coming on to bat, let's see who's going to pitch. Who's going to bat? It will be Bill Narodny. How do you pronounce it? Bill Narodny. That's right. Bill Narodny. He will pinch hit now for the pitcher. So now with 2 outs, infield goes back to normal. The only strat roll will be for pickoff. That's a 17, nothing happening. Smith will pitch. That is a 1-4. That's a blank. Narodny, that's a 6-5. He flies out to left, and the inning is over. What an inning for the Braves. 3 runs on 4 hits, 1 gigantic error. And we are tied at 3 going in the bottom of the 9th. This game should be over. Craig Reynolds will bat in the bottom of the 9th inning. We'll see a new pitcher for Atlanta, of course. You got a lefty, a switchy, and a righty. So I think Atlanta will probably bring in just their best pitcher they have available. Let's see. Well, actually, maybe not. They're going to go with Rick. Oh, they will. Rick Camp. Here's Rick Camp for Atlanta. 6-4, 22 saves, and 191. Camp will try to get this game into extras. Naharodny. Thank you there, Bears Den. So here's Rick Camp. He'll go up against Craig Reynolds, bottom of the 9th inning, as the Houston bullpen just blows up. Remember, as I said on strat rolls are hard and fast unless with two outs. With 2 outs, though, a stolen base can happen, but the runner attempting to have a stolen base must have a 15 SP or higher with the adjustments. If not, I'll call it off. But hit and runs, if they come up, they're done. Bunts, they come up, they're done. Steals come up, they're done. This is a regular season game. I will use strat hard and fast. 6-1 for Camp. That's a wild pitch, ball 1. Camp will do it again. 3-6. That's a home run check. Home run with a question mark, but the 16 will be too high. That's actually a 0 there. And a -2 wouldn't have done anyway. So no home run check. But Reynolds does get the swing. 6-3, he grounds out to second base. Out number 1. Dave Smith coming out as the Astros have to go to the bench. Who will come in? It will be Denny Walling. Here's Denny Walling. He'll bat against Camp with 1 out. Camp's pitch 1-1. That's a blank. Walling swings 1-5, ground out to third. And now Rafael Landistoi. Camp's pitch 4-2. That's a blank. Landistoi 2-4. He grounds out to short. Free baseball here. Get your free baseball. I can't believe it, but we got free baseball. At the end of 9, we are tied at 3. I really don't believe it. I really thought this game was toast. But that's what happens. We go to the top of the 10th inning. Astros need a pitcher, and they got 2, and the Braves have 2 rights and a left, so I think we'll see a righty come up for the Astros and see who they got, if they have a righty in there. And they do. And they're going to bring in Gordy Pladsen. 6 relief appearances. Gordy Pladsen, no wins, 4 losses, 4.35 ERA. Glenn Hubbard leads off for the Braves here in the top of the 10th. Bob B says he's friends with Bill Narodny on Facebook. And Baseball Demo says listening while raking leaves sounds like a good game. It was a pitcher's duel in the game I thought was over, Dave, but Braves said not so fast after J.R. Richard got tossed and ejected. Well, really, Astros bullpen implodes. Pladsen's pitch, 6-6. That is at the ballpark. Astrodome, 1-1. Fly ball to right. I thought this game was going to be over about 20 minutes ago. Here is Jerry Royster. He's in center field, although his card does not have ratings for center field, since I had to take him out since I put him in there. Since Dale Murphy came in, I don't have any other center fielders on the roster for this game. So Royster's center field rating is a 1 for range and a 20 for error. Pladsen, 5-3. That's a star line. And that's going to be a ground out to second. Dave's new way of listening to baseball on the radio. And it's always great when Baseball Demos joins me and Dave. Always great when he does. I did tell you that your boy Mark Fidrich actually was the pitcher in the Tigers game in my 77 one and gone. He didn't get the decision, but the Tigers did win that game, of course, when they beat the Expos in the first round. 2 outs. Here's Chambliss. Pladsen 2-6. That's a walk, and that 3 will send Chambliss to first base. His walk rating is 11, and he will go. Chambliss takes a walk down to first. And now Gary Matthews for Atlanta. Chambliss' stolen base rating is a 14, and the catcher is Niekro is a 15. So if a steal comes up for Chambliss, this will happen besides a pickoff. It's a 1. Chambliss is going to try. It's a 1 plus 1 is a 2. Chambliss is going to try to steal. A 1 to 15. He goes to second. He's thrown out at second base. Albert Pujols guns him down at second. Side retired. Oh, boy. Guns him down at second. No runs, no hits, no errors. As Steeler Bears says, don't watch the beginning, Steeler fan. Side retired as Chambliss on a 17 is thrown out at second base. He needed a 15, and he gets out of there. And that ends the inning. Bottom of the 10th coming up, still tied at 3. Rick Camp will pitch. Nobody out. As I told, very simple. I'll say it again. For the strat rolls in a regular season game, which this is, strat rolls are hard and fast, not like I do suggestion in the one and gone tournament. However, there is no hit and runs with 2 outs, no sacrifices with 2 outs. I will only attempt to steal with 2 outs if the base running rate, if the stolen base rating for the runner is 15 or higher after adjustments. Other than that, no steal. But if it comes up anywhere else, it gets done. No matter what the situation, even if the roll is completely stupid. Rick Camp will come up against Jeff Leonard. 3-4 for Camp. That's a star line. And that's going to be a ground out to second. Unbelievable. I thought this game would be over 20 minutes ago. Here's Jose Cruz. Why do you call them strat rolls? Strategy rolls. Strategy rolls. That's what it is. It's called the strategy roll on the chart. Strategy. I just call it strat roll for short. Not Stratomatic. Stratomatic. Rick Camp. 3-4. That's another star line. And that's going to be a ground out to shortstop. 2 down. Looks like Rick Camp in 1980 is better than the Rick Camp in 1985 that was on the mound for the Braves in last night's payoff pitch game. Here's Cesar Cedeno with 2 outs. 4-3 for Camp. That's a double question mark. That 16 is going to be too high for either side, so Cedeno will blank. That's a 5-2. Cedeno star line 6, fly out to center. And it's a 1-2-3 inning there. So more free baseball coming up at the end of 10, still tied at 3. Okay, made you think of Stratomatic. I had a feeling it probably did. Top of inning number 11. Gordy Pladsen will pitch. Gary Matthews was the batter when Chambliss decided to get thrown out at second on a steal attempt. So here's Matthews, top of the 11th inning. Pladsen, 5-6. That's a blank. Matthews swings 5-5 against a righty. That is a ground out to short. Out number 1. Next up, Jeff Burrows. Pladsen, 6-1, blank. Burrows, 5-4, single right field. And the go-ahead run is on first. Next batter will be Bob Horner. Runner at first base for Burrows. We will roll Strat since the Strat roll is active. That is a 16. Nothing happening. Infield halfway. Pladsen will pitch. 3-2. That's a walk chance. That 17 will be too high. Horner takes a swing. 2-1. Ground ball to second base. Horner's double play rating is a 4. Nothing from Pladsen. +1 of 5 for infield halfway. Shortstop Reynolds, no adjustment. 1-5, they turn it. It's a 6, they don't, which means Burrows goes to second, and Horner is out at first. On a 1-5, you can't turn a double play. Really? Burrows goes to second base. Now the batter is Bruce Benedict. Benedict is 2 for 4. He's got 2 singles. I understand why people would want to use strategy rolls. To me, the most fun is managing strategy for both teams, making the game my own instead of relying on a random dice roll. The strategy roll was kind of like designed for replays. So if you're playing a regular season game, the strategy roll is designed to give you the stolen base chances, around the realistic result of stolen base chances, stolen base bunts, stolen base hit and runs. Okay. It was designed to create realism in a regular season game. Remember, when I play one and gone, I only use it as a suggestion. But in a regular season game, I will use it hard and fast. And this is a regular season game replay. You are 100% right, though, Bob. 100% right. Stratomatic, that Dave is an expert on. Stratomatic doesn't have any strategy. Doesn't have any strategy dice rolls. Okay, Payoff Pitch has a little bit of strategy in it, depending on what the dice roll for a steal attempt or a sacrifice attempt. All right, APA doesn't have that. APA doesn't have a strategy dice roll, that kind of thing. Some games, I mean, if you don't want to use it, you don't have to use it, really. But for replays, I think it's necessary to use. And baseball demos, when he plays inside pitch, he does hard and fast. At least for his inside pitch replays, like his Mark Fidrich replay, which is spectacular, by the way. Burrows on at second. Benedict at the plate. 2 outs. Infield is normal. Pladsen will pitch. 1-2. That is a blank. Benedict will swing. 1-3. Pops out to third. Inning over. No runs and a hit for Atlanta, still tied at 3. Now let's see. Rick Camp is actually considered tired, but he is due to bat second in the 12th inning if it gets there. Art Howe leads off for the Astros. The Braves are going to keep him in there. So they're going to stick with Camp. Let's see if he can get through 1 inning. As long as he doesn't hit a parentheses roll, Camp can stay in there. That's the one thing I do like. That's the one thing I do like about inside pitch. A tired pitcher has a little bit more strength than payoff pitch. In payoff pitch, really, you're supposed to use a fatigue card. Those fatigue cards really tone down that pitcher. At least in inside pitch, a pitcher actually has a little bit more strength when he is tired. But my rule is, if a roll falls on a tired roll, like an S1 or this walk or this double question mark, he has to be taken out. When it comes to stupid decisions, how that realistic, I understood what you're saying, but I mean, yep, like I said, Bob B, I understand, and you're right. But that's what they incorporated it in. That's all. I mean, if you're managing the active team, you don't have to do that. I mean, let's say I was playing a Mets replay. If I was doing a Mets replay like through 1986, I wouldn't use the strategy roll for myself. But for the other team, I would. But I'm managing both teams, so. Pitch from Camp. 2-3. That is going to be a walk, and 18 is too high. HOU. 4-2. That's a ground out to short. You're not wrong, Bob. You're not wrong. Not at all. Here's Enos Cabell. Cabell is 2 for 4 to a single and a double. Camp, 6-1, wild pitch, ball 1. Camp again, 5-3, blank. Cabell, 5-4, ground out to short. Two men down, and now here is Luis Pujols. Is Luis Pujols related to Albert Pujols anywhere? Does anybody know that? Answer, I have not checked it out. They related? Rick Camp's pitch, 1-1, blank. Pujols, 2-5, single right field. And the Astros have the winning run on. And now a chance for Craig Reynolds with 2 outs. Camp has no strategy roll. Pujols has no attempt roll. Then there'll be no bunt, so I will not roll strat for this one. Not related. Thank you, Bob. Pujols on it first. They're going to pitch to Camp. Camp's going to pitch to Reynolds. 1-3. That is a blank. Reynolds takes a swing. 4-4. Fly ball right field. Inning over. No runs and a hit. More free baseball coming up. Still tied at 3. This game should have been over half an hour ago. I should be watching college football. But that's okay. We got a good game. Top of the 12th. Gordy Pladsen, they're going to take him out. He is, Pladsen's actually due to bat first. They're going to see if Pladsen can go ahead and get through the inning. And he has pitched to, let's see. He's actually tired, but they're going to see if they can go with him to see if he can get through the inning. Batting for Atlanta will be shortstop Larvell Blanks, who came in for Gomez in a pinch hitter. So top of the 12th inning. Pladsen with the pitch. 4-5. That's a walk to 10 against the righty. It does walk Blanks. Astrodome adds 1 to the walk, but Blanks will go to first. And now we'll see a pinch hitter for Atlanta as Camp will be done, as the pitchers now do. They're going to go with Mike Lum. Blanks on it first. Stolen base rate. Let's see what the strat roll says. That is a 9. Nothing happening. Infield halfway. Pladsen will pitch. 4-6. That's a range play at the ballpark. Yeah, Indiana Ohio State was supposed to watch. 5-4 at the Astrodome. Another rare play. That's the 3rd time 5-4 came up on the Astrodome for a rare play. That's the 3rd time that showed up. So we got another rare play. Let's see what we got. That is a 2-1. Liner to shortstop who attempts to double up the closest base runner. Resolve play is an L6 range play with a catch being an auto double play. So the ball was hit to short, and that is, for Houston, that is Reynolds. His rating is a 4. It is a 2, and he makes the play, and he'll throw to first to get Larvell Blanks. 2 outs. Double play. That is a double play. Nice play by Reynolds, makes the play there. 2 outs. Top of the order, Glenn Hubbard comes out. Sometimes it's good to go against the rules. Bobby Lane's quote, if you go by the book, they will read you like one. And like I said, guys, I'm just doing it. Pladson's pitch, 4-6. That's another range play at the ballpark. That's a 5-5. That's a single plus 8. And the ball is hit the center field. And that is Cedeno. His range is a 2. Does he take the hit away? No, he does not. So it's a single plus. It's a single plus. Hubbard's base running rating is a 4. Cedeno has a +2 for an arm. That makes his range a 6, that he automatically will take second base. There will not be a throw. So Glenn Hubbard gets a single with an extra base. I'll mark that as a single. But Hubbard will go to second on the throw with no throw. So now the batter is Jerry Royster. 2 outs. Infield normal. Pladson with the pitch. 1-5. That's a walk +10, and he will walk Royster. 2 outs. Now runners at first and second. The batter now is Chris Chambliss. Now Pladson will come out because now a single one will score Hubbard. So the Astros will go to the bench. And they're going to bring in Joe Niekro, who had 1 relief appearance in 1980, but I'll use him here, to pitch to Chris Chambliss with 2 outs. The pitcher is due to bat first in the bottom of the 12th. So runners first and second. Anything on a strat roll? Possible pickoff? No. Runners at first and second. Chambliss the batter. Infield normal. Niekro will pitch. 5-4. That is a home run with a question mark. Against the lefty, that's a 1-11. That's a 12. Too high. But Chambliss does get to hit. 5-5. Single past second base. That will be a base hit for Chambliss. That is an S4. Hubbard will score from second easily. Jerry Royster's base running rating is a 3, becomes a 4. In order to get to third, he needs to be a 3. He will score. Not score. He will go to third. Chambliss on it first, and the Braves take the lead 4-3. On an RBI single by Chambliss. Stadium groans. Ugh. Next batter is Gary Matthews. Joe Niekro just tried to keep it where it was, but Chambliss gets a base hit past second. And now it's 4-3 Braves here on the top of the 12th. Still 2 outs. Now it will not throw Strat except for pickoff. And that's a nothing happening there. So runners at first and third. Matthews the batter. Infield normal. Niekro 3-1. That's at the ballpark. Astrodome 2-6. That's a ground ball to third, and that will end the inning. 1 run for the Braves on 2 hits, 2 walks. We go to the bottom of the 12th. Braves leading 4-3. This game was just rolling along until they threw out, until J.R. Richard got ejected. Coming on to pitch for the Atlanta Braves is going to be left-hander Larry Bradford. 3-4, 4 saves, a 2.44 ERA. Niekro was due to bat first, so they got to go to the bench. And they only have 1 bench player left, and that's Bruce Bochy, so he will lead off. After that, pitchers will be back. If the Astros do tie this up, pitchers will only be able to bat. So here's Bruce Bochy, future manager. He'll go up against Larry Bradford here in the bottom of the 12th. Bradford will pitch. 2-6. That's a blank. He just started, so he's not tired. Bochy, 4-1. Starline 2. Grounds out to second. And that's the first out. Actually, the Astros have one more batter they can go to. Here's Rafael Landis-Doy. Pitch from Bradford, 5-2. That's a blank. Landis-Doy, 6-1. Starline 6. Grounds out to short. Out number 2. Last chance for the Astros, Jeffrey Leonard. Bradford, 5-5. Against the righty, that's a blank. Leonard, 2-3. Against the lefty, that's a double to center field. The inning will continue. Jeffrey Leonard gets a double against the lefty. And the tying runs at second base. Now can Jose Cruz come up with it? Leonard on at second. Bradford does have a pickoff chance. He will try it. And that's a 4. Nothing happening. No strat rolls now. Bradford will pitch to Cruz. 2 outs. Bradford, 1-3 against the lefty. Against the lefty. That's a home run check. Against the lefty, it's a home run check. Cruz against the lefty's a 20. -2's an 18. That's a 5. Crack. That ball isn't high. That ball isn't deep. Celebrate, Astros fans. Walk-off 2-run jack by Jose Cruz. Astros win. I don't believe it. Check it out, people. 1-3 against the lefty for Bradford is a home run check. Jose Cruz against the lefty is a 20. -2 from the Astrodome is an 18. That's a 5. Jose Cruz just blasted a 2-run game-winning homer in the bottom of the 12th. Astros win the game 5-4. I don't believe it. Stadium cheers. Yay! Section 1933 says, Section 1933, cheers! Yay! 2 runs, 1 hit, 2 hits. Larry Bradford gets 2 quick groundouts, allows a double to Leonard, and then Jose Cruz sends it over the fence. In a park that only had 48 home runs in 1980. What a game. Just rolling along, and then we get a game like this. Astros win it 5-4 in 12. That's a creepy stadium cheer. As Baseball Demo says, I don't believe what I just heard. And Cruz had 11 home runs that year in 1980. As the party goes on here in the Astrodome, the Astros win it 5-4, 2-run jack in the bottom of the 12th by Cruz. And Larry Bradford can't believe it. He pitches him a meatball, and Jose Cruz turns it into lasagna. And it is gone. Jeez, what a game. I thought it was just going to be a 3-0 game, but nope. Sometimes the dice go that way here at Inside Pitch. Give you a final line score here in a second. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 9, 1 error. 2, 3, 4. For the Houston Astros, 5 runs, 9 hits, 1 error. For Atlanta, 4 runs, 11 hits, no errors. The winning pitcher is going to be, believe it or not, Joe Niekro, Joe Niekro is actually going to get the win for that, and Larry Bradford is going to get the loss. No save. My next game for Inside Pitch Seasons tomorrow will be September 6, 1981. The St. Louis Cardinals taking on the Los Angeles Dodgers, as Fernando Valenzuela will go for his 7th shutout that year. So, yeah, 1981, a good year for Fernando Mania. So why not? We'll have Valenzuela pitch. I can't believe the game went this way, but sometimes it happens. Bob B., Steeler fan, 1933. Baseball demos forever remain 90. Let's see here. What else you got? Bears Den 007. Thank you all for joining me today. We will have Payoff Pitch tonight. The Texas Rangers and the Detroit Tigers, 1985. Should be a good matchup, we hope. And then tomorrow, more Inside Pitch Seasons, 1981. It'll be the Cardinals and the Dodgers. Fernando Valenzuela going for a shutout. Thank you all for joining me. Time to watch some college football, guys. What a game. I thought this would be over half an hour ago. Take care, everyone. You have a good one. Stay safe, healthy, smart, and strong. Have a good one, everyone. Catch you later.